In today's video, we're going to be talking about self-discipline, along with a couple of ways you can earn a little bit more cash or spend a little bit less cash. That way there's a larger amount of cash left over at the end of the month, which you can convert into even more silver and gold. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well, feeling great, and staying safe. It's a great day to have a great day. Today, I wanted to talk about silver and also gold and some examples of how self-discipline can help you stack even more of the precious metals. We're going to get into it, but really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for daily videos. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Brand new video over there. Go check it out. The link will be in the description. And if you want to get some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel, I would really appreciate it. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance. It's more than appreciated. But today is Thursday, April 8th, 2021. It is 72 degrees outside. It's warm. It's sunny. So if you hear birds chirping in the background or the occasional car driving past, it's because I'm filming this video outdoors, enjoying the day. So today I wanted to talk about some examples of how self-discipline can help you acquire even more silver and gold. And just in case anybody was wondering, the current spot price of silver, as I'm recording the video, is $25.46, and the current spot price of gold, as I'm recording the video, is $1,755.80. Now, of course, that's as I'm recording the video, not as I'm editing, posting, or as you're watching it. Head on down to the comments and let me know the date and time you're viewing the video and what the current spot price is for you. So I wanted to talk about some examples of self-discipline today. Now, believe it or not, this was actually inspired by part of the conversation we were having during last night's VIP Club live stream. I'll leave it linked in the description in case anybody wants to become a VIP Club member. I do giveaways, discounts, personalized promo codes, exclusive privately held live streams, and a whole bunch of other stuff. It's really fun and it's a lot cooler than YouTube, so link in the description. But we were having a conversation about spending less on things that we just simply don't need, and I remember during the live stream, I mentioned how I had a conversation with my cousin, who is younger than I am, and he asked me if I was going to be going with him to this place that is going to basically drain his wallet, and I told him absolutely not. And he told me that these last couple of years, I haven't really done much besides work, especially the last 6 months or so. It's been absolutely zero but work. And I told him, that sounds like a compliment, so thank you. And he told me he thinks life should be more about having fun. And I told him the lifestyle that I live is fun for me. I thoroughly enjoy doing what I do. I thoroughly enjoy working as much as I do because 9 times out of 10, it doesn't even feel like work to begin with. I genuinely love what I do for work. And that's what inspired today's video. And it also reminded me of something that a mentor once told me a couple years back. He told me, don't decrease your expenses, increase your income. And I remember my initial response to that was, why not do both? Why not do what I can to make more and do what I can to spend less and double the extra cash at the end of the week or at the end of the month? To do whatever you want with, whether you want to burn through it recklessly or stack silver and gold with it, you could do whatever you want. It's yours. So I have a couple examples. 3 ways that you can spend less and 3 ways that you can earn more, starting with the spending less. So first thing on the list is not going out nearly as frequently as I used to go out. Trust me, I used to go here, I used to go there, I used to hang out with a bunch of people all the time. Now, I was never much of a spender. I would never go and drain my entire checking account just on having a good time, but it adds up, especially when you're doing it multiple times a week, going out, going crazy, doing whatever you want, always going out to eat, always going to a party, always going on a trip, always going here, always going there. You might not spend a whole lot, but if you do it as frequently as a lot of people do, it ends up adding to an astronomical amount of currency. So that's one thing that I cut back on. I stopped hanging out with people who would basically lead to me spending currency. I no longer do that. I no longer want to do it. It's not something that I participate in anymore. It's no longer fun for me, And even if I didn't have to spend a penny, I still wouldn't do it because there are smarter things to do with my time. The next thing on the list would be making food at home. This is something that was revolutionary to me because I used to go and buy food on my lunch break. Every day at work, when you get that 30 minutes or you get that hour, I would always just go and order food somewhere. I would always go somewhere and purchase my lunch rather than just making food at home. Nowadays, 99% of the time, all of my meals are made by this guy right here. And believe it or not, money is not what inspired this. It's not because I wanted to spend less. It's because I wanted to focus on eating more clean and being more healthy. Saving currency in the process was a byproduct. Next thing on the list is prioritizing my health and safety. Now, I know this sounds like it kind of goes hand in hand with the example that I just gave about eating food that you make for yourself. That way it's healthier. But this is something a little bit different as well because I've made it mandatory to take care of my health. I drink pretty much nothing but water. I drink water all day long. I try to eat as clean as possible. I exercise as close to every single day. And the reason for this is, number one, to take care of my body now. That way later in life, hopefully with a little bit of luck, my body will take care of me in return. That's the way I see it. That's the way I've always seen it. That's the way I'll continue to see it. But another byproduct of taking care of your health, making sure you're eating right, making sure you're sleeping right, making sure you're exercising and doing everything in your power to take care of your health. And not only am I prioritizing taking care of my health just to simply have a better chance at remaining healthy, but something that I've noticed just from my experience, not allowing myself to get sick, not allowing myself to get hurt, or trying my best to prevent getting sick and prevent getting hurt, leads to me not having to take any time off of work. I don't have to call out of work because I'm sick. I don't have to stay home for a couple of weeks because I got hurt skateboarding or something like that. I let go of the skateboard. And you want to know why that was? It's because when I was a kid, riding around on a piece of wood on wheels, if I were to fall down a small flight of stairs and break my wrist, guess what? Didn't come out of my pocket. I didn't have to take time off of work. I didn't have to pay for the medical bills. I didn't have to do anything. Now that I'm no longer 12, it does come out of my pocket. I would have to stay home from work. I would have to pay for the medical expenses. And that's just a risk I'm no longer willing to take. Moving away from ways of spending less cash, spending less currency so that you have more currency, more cash left over at the end of the month to put into silver and gold if that's what you want to do. I want to talk about earning more. It's not always about spending less, it's also about earning more. So one example, pretty common way, pretty simple way of earning a little bit more is by picking up a second job. Anybody who knows me knows that I was working 3 jobs for the longest time. Due to all of the shutdowns, I'm down to 2 jobs, but that's all right. Now what's funny about this is I didn't get myself an additional job specifically to earn more cash. Of course, that was a big motivator, but the number one reason I got myself an additional job was because at the time I was absolutely petrified of losing my only stream of income, because I've been in that position before. I've been in that position twice. I'm the kind of Neanderthal that apparently doesn't learn my lesson the first time around. It took me getting smacked in the face twice by the same situation to say to myself, okay, let me make a change. Let me practice even more self-discipline to avoid this, or hopefully avoid this from ever happening again. And that's exactly what I did. And that's exactly what I've been doing for a very long time. I haven't worked only one job in several years at this point, because I just simply don't want to keep all my eggs in one basket. If I lose one job and I only have one job, guess who has no more income? Screw that. I've been there before, and I made a promise to myself to never let that happen again. Something else I can add to this point is getting to work early, staying late, showing initiative, getting a raise, getting a promotion, getting some overtime. I'm all about that. The next point I wanted to make would be cashback credit cards. Now, this is something that I've never really done up until maybe 2 or 3 years ago, and it's been pretty revolutionary, if I'm going to be honest with you. Now, I know a lot of people don't believe in credit cards, so if you don't believe in credit cards, just ignore what I have to say. I had learned that if I use the right credit card in the right place, I can get a ton of cash back. Because there are different credit cards for different reasons. I have several credit cards for several different places. If I'm shopping on Amazon, I'm going to be using the Amazon Prime Rewards Signature Visa. If I'm going to be getting food at the grocery store, if it's the first quarter of the year, if I'm going to go to wholesale clubs and it's the second quarter of the year, or if I'm going to be doing a lot of online shopping and I'm going to be using PayPal a lot, the third quarter of the year, or if I'm going to be ordering from Walmart or Target.com in the fourth quarter of the year, I'm going to be using the Discover It cashback credit card. That right there is my favorite credit card, and what's cool about it is they have a referral bonus. So if you apply for the card and get approved through somebody you know's referral link, you and that person each get a $50 statement credit, which means $50 to spend, and you don't even have to pay it back. If you know somebody with the card and you want to apply, use their link. If you want to apply and you don't know anybody with the card, you're more than welcome to use mine. I will leave it linked in the description. But what's cool about the card is it gives you 5% cash back on rotating quarterly categories. The first 3 months, it's one thing. The second 3 months, it's another thing. The third 3 months, it's another thing. And the fourth 3 months, it's another thing. They give you 5% cash back in those specific categories and 1% cash back on every single other purchase. However, if it's your first year with the card, they match all your cash back at the end of your first year. So technically, during your first year, all that 5% back is actually 10% back, and all of that 1% back is actually 2% back, which is why it's my favorite credit card. And I know it's a way of saving money rather than a way of earning money, but I like to think of it as a way of being paid to spend cash on things that I was naturally going to spend my cash on anyway. For example, groceries. Now, moving on to the third and final point of the earning more cash section, and that would be investments. Now, this is not something that I'm overly involved in. I'm not too big of a stock market guy, but the way I see it is the stock market is probably or arguably the easiest way to get started, because let's face it, not everybody has all the cash in the world to dive into real estate. Not everybody has the funding to start their own business. But when it comes to the stock market, you can start investing with as little as $1 if that's what you wanted to do. And when I started to learn about dividend stocks, by the way, similar to the credit card thing, some people don't like credit cards, so just ignore it. If you don't like stocks, just ignore this point. But when I started to learn about dividend stocks, I came to realize that I could make an investment into something that pays a quarterly dividend or even potentially a monthly dividend. And in a way, it's almost like a savings account, except instead of just allowing your cash to sit in the bank's possession, you're buying a little teeny tiny sliver of a company, which in my opinion stands a far better chance of holding its value and probably going up in value over time. And it would more than likely beat what the interest rates are in the bank. I mean, think about it. A dividend stock might have a dividend yield of 3%, maybe 7%, maybe 1%. Regardless, that's all significantly higher than the interest rate at the bank. Because what is the interest rate at the bank? 0.001% or something like that? Pennies. Those are pennies and nickels. Not even dimes and quarters. Those are pennies and nickels. And you're going to need to leave a lot of cash in the bank for that to generate anything worthwhile. While simultaneously, all that cash sitting in the bank doing absolutely nothing is actually depreciating in value. If you put that savings account into a company that you understand, a company that you believe in, a company that is borderline recession proof, a company that has products and services that are changing the world, it's more than likely not going to depreciate in value. In fact, it's probably going to go up quite a bit in value while paying you potentially a pretty strong dividend. Hey, really quick, let me interrupt myself right here. I just want to remind everybody that I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing on this channel is financial advice. Do your own research, form your own opinions, make your own decisions based off of your conclusions, not mine. Now again, I'm not too big of a stock market guy, but I'm huge into diversification. I'm a big believer in diversification, hence why I work more than one job. Hence why I have different credit cards for different reasons. Hence why I do all of the things that I do. I'm a big believer in diversification, and all of these things added up help me and allow me to acquire even more silver and gold, even if it's not a whole lot more. I'm not saying that doing all these things are getting me hundreds of thousands of troy ounces a day by any means. I don't even own 1% of that, but it's helping me get a little bit more. Because if I was just working one job and I was recklessly burning through my cash, I wouldn't have a whole lot left over to save. I wouldn't have a whole lot left over to convert into real money. If I do what I can to earn more cash and do what I can to spend less cash, then at the end of the month, I'm going to have way more cash than I would have if I was doing things the old way. And then I can take a larger amount of cash and convert it into a larger amount of silver and gold. So I'm very motivated by the silver and the gold, and I'm kind of in the mindset of pretty much whatever it takes at this point. I've made it a priority to get as much silver and gold as I can, because I personally believe it's a way better way of preserving wealth for the long term and storing value for years, decades, potentially generations to come. And that's just what I'm going to do. You might disagree with what I said in today's video, but here's the good news. You don't have to agree. It does not matter. I'll do things my way. I'll do things the way that work for me. You can do things your way in the way that works for you. Everybody's stacking their own way. Everybody's living their own life, and everybody's making their own decisions. And I respect that. You want to know what else I respect? People who actually keep their dollars in a savings account, because it's a whole lot more difficult to keep your cash in a savings account than it is to keep your cash in a checking account just so you can swipe that debit card and burn through all of the cash. And even though I am really not a believer in savings accounts at the bank, I'm not even that too confident when it comes to the bank in general, but I do have quite a bit of respect for people who actually do save their cash, even if they don't convert it into real, true, honest money. They don't have to do things my way. They don't have to stack silver and gold. But I do have respect for people who save in their own personal way of saving, because most people aren't even doing that. Most people, the average Joe, the everyman, the common man, the average American, is burning through as much cash as they possibly can. So you got to give props where props are due. Even if somebody isn't stacking silver and gold, if they're saving cash, they're doing a whole lot more than the overwhelming majority of people out there. So I don't know about you, but I can respect it. It takes quite a bit of self-discipline to not spend your cash, which, by the way, coming around full circle, is the entire point of today's video. Everything related to personal finance takes self-discipline, whether it be getting a second job or picking up extra shifts at work just to make a little bit more, or if you wake up earlier in the morning to make your own food and pack it so you can take it to work with you so you don't have to spend while at work, or if you're building your credit, or if you're investing, or if you're stacking silver, or if you're doing anything at all. When it comes to personal finance, self-discipline can change your entire life, and I'm a big believer in that. It's changed my life. I know a lot of people out there whose lives it's also changed as well. So I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic, and if you have personally found that practicing self-discipline has helped you acquire even more precious metals. And if anybody's interested in joining the Precious Metals VIP Club, it's where I can do things on my own terms, not on YouTube's terms, my terms. I'm hosting privately held live streams. They're smaller and easier to manage. I'm also doing giveaways, discounts, personalized promo codes, shout-outs, deal alerts when silver and gold is on sale on a variety of different websites. And of course, you can watch all of my videos early and commercial-free. Come join the Precious Metals VIP Club. It'll be the first link in the description. You're invited. I'd be happy to have you. And if you guys enjoyed today's video, please hit that like button. If you guys like me, make sure to hit that subscribe button like a Karen hits a bus window. Or you can hit the subscribe button like a Karen hits another Karen. Even if she lies and tells you her name isn't Karen.
My name is not Karen.
Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Bunch of brand new videos over there. One about silver, one about gold, one about the Suez Canal, one about the credit card crackdown, and one about the tech stock sell-off we've been seeing over the last couple of weeks. Go check them out. The link will be in the description. Trying really hard to hit 3,000 subscribers. We just hit 2,000, and I appreciate that. And if you want to help support the channel in the biggest possible way, please consider getting yourself some DYDSS merchandise. Of course, we have some precious metal themed t-shirts and hoodies, which are up for grabs, along with a ton of other products, t-shirts, hoodies, even stickers, many of which are raising funds and awareness for different charity organizations, such as the recently released Kraken Stackin' t-shirt, hoodie, sticker, and coffee mug, inspired by the beautiful 2-ounce silver Kraken coin, which, by the way, is helping us raise a little bit of funds and awareness for ocean cleanup charity organizations at no additional cost to you. It comes out of my pocket, not yours. And, of course, the brand new DYDSS Karen Free Zone t-shirt, hoodie, sticker, and coffee mug. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance. It's more than appreciated. And I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know, once again, have you personally found that by practicing self-discipline, doing what you can to earn a little bit more, doing what you can to spend a little bit less, and in return, you have a little bit extra cash left over to save, to spend, to invest, or to convert into real, true, honest money? Maybe some silver, maybe some gold. Head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. And remember, don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.